me know. Yeah, I expect that. I expect that, Mrs. Rowan. الامتحانات عندي صعب، مش هتلاقوا أصعب من كده. This is why when we go through the full reading course أنا عندي 16 passages، احنا عملنا لحد دلوقتي 10. When we go through the full reading course في أصعب كمان, just so you guys know. So here, let's focus on the first paragraph. وبيسألني ليه كتبنا paragraph number 1. ليه كتبنا paragraph number 1. The studio is filled with rich odor of roses. And what? What the heck? That was so weird. Okay, this is back to it again. My whole app shut down. The studio is filled with rich odor of roses, and when the light summer wind stirred amidst the trees of the garden, there came through the open door the heavy scent of lilac with a more delicate perfume of pink flowering thorn. أنا بسأل نفسي بيتكلم عن إيه هنا? Really? Mrs. Malak? No, no, no. Don't play with me. Did you know? Let's see. Oh, bravo, Malak. You're right. Problem is the time. Cool. And then lots of time to practice, just so you know. وبرضه it's not that big of a problem عشان انت حليتي الباسج ده حليتيه في قد ايه؟ مش كتير زي ما انت فاكرة برضه. 20 minutes. Yeah, that is a problem. صح? The problem is the time. Oh, good. All right, let's continue again. So زي ما احنا قلنا انا بسأل نفسي بيتكلم عن ايه هنا؟ بيتكلم عن the scent of the flowers, بيتكلم عن the feeling of the breeze, بيتكلم عن the colors of spring, right? Of the roses. So make أشوف الanswers عندي وعايز أسأل نفسي what is the purpose here? Contextual and perceptual nuances, right? So contextual معناها background أو بيديك background بيديك setting, right? عشان in fiction, context is the setting. Perceptual جاي من كلمة perception, senses, nuances, details. A, right? Set the stage for comical occurrences. مفيش comedy خالص هنا, right? Presenting individuals' traits and routines. ما كلمنيش عن traits ولا routines ولا individual. بيتكلم عن setting. Create an atmosphere جميل of foreboding. يعني ايه foreboding? Something bad. Then ليه تقولي لي روان, you know, foreboding is something evil, right? في شر جاي. ليه قلت لي دي؟ طالما انت عارفة foreboding is something bad is coming, ليه تقولي لي جيب الدي؟ صح؟ Yeah, go ahead. اتفضلي.
Okay, I said D عشان none of the others made sense to me, especially A, which is the right
You
answer.
have this problem. You
I
have
know I
this
have this
problem.
problem. I know.
You know it's wrong, بس عشان انت شايفة الباقي غلط, you choose the answer that you know is wrong.
ما هو they all seem wrong, I choose.
No, you're telling me they all seem wrong. You know D is wrong. It doesn't seem wrong. It is wrong. صح? So that مش هيبقى option أساسا. So I would eliminate D and I would look at, well, B برضو I'm sure you know is wrong. صح?
Yes.
And C, أنت عندك شك في A. A is a question mark. So you have an X, an X, an X, and a question mark. Logically, which one would be the best answer?
A, but I think A is
The question mark. Yes.
way more detailed than the paragraph actually is.
No, ليه؟
يعني
بيديك الsetting, context, وبيديك perception, sight, touch, smell. Yeah, let's
As
continue.
it just says how like the place smelled well basically
Yeah,
to summarize it. مش حاسة
perception.
it's context, it's made like an introduction بس مش ال context, if you get what I mean.
I get what you mean, but again, in fiction, contextual nuance would be the background, the setting. You're reading too much into a given A. صح. That's how I feel about the situation. وبرضه المشكلة بتاعتك انت عارفة الإجابة غلط, but for some reason انت شايفة تانيين غلط عشان حاسة هم غلط, so you choose the wrong answer that انت خلاص عارفة هي غلط. You have to understand, you have to fight yourself. Here, Mrs. Rowan.
Okay,
Let's
حاضر.
continue. Let's continue. دي مش لوحدك, by the way, في الموضوع ده. Very typical, very normal. Let's go to question number 2. بس أرفعها. The main idea of the passage. So usually in fiction, أما نيجي نتكلم عن the main idea, كده معناها بيجي في آخر التكست. Generally speaking. مش شرط, بس generally speaking. عشان زي فيلم كده, right? In fiction, احنا بنفهم, وهو آخر الباسج هنا, احنا بنفهم the author's message in the end of the story. So كل حاجة بتيجي together in or by the end. Let's go to question number 2. You got this wrong as well, Mrs. Rowan. So احنا قلنا it's two characters. واحد بيشجع التاني والتاني مش عايز تشجيع. صح؟ التاني مش عايز تشجيع. طبعا like I said, when we're dealing with fiction, بنلاقي المين idea فين? In the end. Fiction فقط. صح? Detail one character insulting another character about the latter's absence of work ethic. He's not insulting him. مش فاكر كان اسمه ايه. كان اسم الراجل ايه. Can't really remember what was his name. Lord Henry. صح؟ Lord Henry ده اللي كان مثلا يدي زميله بالقلم عشان زميله يفوق ويشتغل. So there's no insult. It's more encouragement. Explain why two different people are running away from a potentially dangerous scenario. So مش بيشرح لي ليه بيجروا من حاجة, صح؟ هما في البيت لوحدهم. That's all we know. كان في جزء كده في الباسج. Okay, so when بتقول لي بس هو قال عليه ugly, right? And he looks nowhere close to how handsome the man in the pic is. بس ده زي ما واحد بيشوف صاحبه مثلا نقول مدمن وبقى عايش في الشارع ويقول له ازاي انت تعمل كده في نفسك؟ انت بهدلت نفسك. You're not insulting that there. What you're doing is you're encouraging. It's not an insult. An insult عشان اجرحك. بس هو مش عايز يجرح صاحبه. عايز يشجعه. صح؟ It's for a good reason. Yeah. It was a positive reason. So answer B, I wouldn't go there. C, classify a collection of grievances raised by a single character. Well, للأسف في إجابة C ما عندناش single character. Right? We have two characters. So answer C wouldn't work. خدي بالك بالpoint ده. D, show one character boosting the confidence of another character despite the latter desire for excellence in their work. D. عشان برضو character number 2 برضو مش فاكر كان اسمه ايه. كان عايز perfection. واللورد هنري بيقول له art is not perfection. الperfection في art is its imperfection. So answer D works best here عشان واحد بيشجع التاني ولكن التاني عايز يبقى perfect عشان كده مش عايز يرسم حاجة. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any problems, please let me know. If you want to fight, please let me know. Let's go to question number 3. I think number 3 and 4 evidence. Yeah, so خليني بقى, just give me 2 seconds بقى. أظبط أموري. Let me Okay, question number 3 first. Well, let me do it directly so we can save time. You want to fight here? Number 2 or number 3? Number 2. ليه يعني? Go ahead. افتح المايك. Mrs. Rowan.
Okay, I agree YC is wrong, but I think دي برضو is wrong عشان
ليه يعني؟
he drew the picture and he showed it to him and he was like, oh, that's
Mhm.
amazing. I'm going to present it somewhere أو كده. He said no and he's too shy to do so. And then he started talking about, and because he put too much of himself in the picture. And then the other character, the Lord something, started telling him, "No, put yourself ده nowhere close how you look ومش عارف ايه." How is he boosting his confidence when he's basically telling him, لا, you did not put to yourself, you're too ugly to look like that man, basically.
عشان هو الراجل عايز beauty. Basil or Basil. Basil wants beauty in his art. Lord Henry بيقول لي it's the ugliness that makes art art. I think it's right here. But beauty, real beauty, ends where an intellectual expression begins. Intellect is in itself a mode of exaggeration. The moment one sits down to think, one becomes all nose or all forehead or something horrid. So Basil, he wants perfection في الart بتاعته. So he's overanalyzing الart بتاعته. فاللورد هنري بيقولوا لا, it's the ugliness that makes art beautiful. Allah, Lord Henry, فنان قوي في نفسه. So that's the thing, or that's the idea. I can get what you're saying, but you misunderstood the conversation between Lord Henry and Basil. I don't know if it's Basil or Basil. Let's go to question number 4 الأول. Let's move on. I hope that made it clear, Mrs. Rowan. هكتب بس الأفيدنس هنا. 1 through 6, 7 through 12, 18 until 23, 24 until 29. Which of the following statements is most accurate regarding Lord Henry Wotton? So احنا عندنا كذا options هنا في موضوع الافيدنس, وده اللي بيعطل الدنيا اسئله الافيدنس. وليه اسئله الافيدنس بتعطل الدنيا؟ طلبه فاكرين هما اسهل اسئله اللي بيجي في الامتحان, right? هو اسهل اسئله بيجي في الامتحان, ولا بالعكس هما اصعب اسئله اللي بيجي في الامتحان, واكتر اسئله بياخد وقت في الامتحان. في طلبه كتير بيحبوا يبداوا بالافيدنس. It's up to you. مش كل passage زي بعض برضو. في passages انا هحل السؤال بعد كده evidence. في passages هحل evidence وبعد كده السؤال. المهم your comfort and what works for you. اللي ينفع مع ندى مش ينفع مع ملك, اللي ينفع مع ملك مش ينفع مع روان. So عايزاكم برضو customize الريدنج معاكم. So انا بحاول اوريكم الميني options. So anyway, option ممكن اعملها which one is most accurate regarding Lord Henry. انا قرأت الباسج, فعلى الاقل انا ممكن اشوف الاجابات وعلى الاقل assess out 2 answers wrong. Lord Henry is depicted as exclusively cold and cunning, right? ده السؤال او ده اجابه مش عاجبني عشان exclusively معناها 100% Lord Henry bad. These are negative words. وهنا في الباسج لما اجي اقرا الباسج انا شايف لورد هنري راجل كويس يعني عامه مع صاحبه باسل. Most of the time Lord Henry is depicted as being pensive. يعني ايه pensive ممكن ما اعرفش, بس بحط question mark عشان ما اعرفش معنى الكلمه, مش معناها بلغيها, انا بحط بس عليها question mark, انا بركز على اللي انا بفهمه. Lord Henry is depicted almost exclusively as a controlling figure. Maybe, right? او بيقول له باسل يعمل ايه, اوكي, بس المشكله بتاعتي ايه في exclusively, right? ما كانش قصدي استخدمها مرتين في الاجابات, بس ما علينا. exclusively معناها 100%, و100% ده مش حاجه كويسه, بس مش هقول maybe, دلوقتي هلغيها. The majority of Lord Henry's depictions illustrate him as brisk. This is another question mark. You're going to be stuck here. EST بيعملوا كده. This is why you have to have a good vocabulary. المشكله بتاعتكم مش بس في reading the passage, هما الإجابات عشان EST دايما هيسيبوا الإجابة يعتمد على كلمة واحدة. Okay. Pensive معناها someone who is an intellectual، واحد بيفكر. Brusque معناها واحد rude. Okay. So ما اجي اشوف الاجابات وقريت الباسج، اجابه بي طبعا ده اجابه هركز عليها. So زي ما شايفين في الاكزامبل ده السؤال or this a type of question انا هبدا بيها في السؤال، بعد كده اشوف evidence الاجابه بتاعتي. بس في طلبه بيحبوا يمشوا عكس حسب الباسج حسب السؤال، مش كل حاجه زي بعض. So which answer choice shows us that Lord Henry is pensive. So أنا عايز أشوف الإجابة اللي بيوريني هو بيقعد بيفكر. He's a thinking man. Right? 1 through 6. The studio is filled with rich. لا طبعا 1 through 6 خلاص قرأناها مرة. Right? ده بيكلمني عن السيتنج، ما كلمنيش عن Lord Henry. Eliminated. 7 through 12. From the corner of the divan of the Persian saddlebags on which he was lying, smoking, as was his custom, innumerable cigarettes, Lord Henry Wotton or Wootton could just catch the gleam of the honey-sweet and honey-colored blossoms. برضو إجابة B ما بيوريش شخصيته، يوريني هو قاعد إزاي. Right? Let's go to 1823. Where's 1823? 15, 16, 17, 18, I guess. Producing kind of momentary Japanese effect. So 18 بيبدأ من producing. و EST they like doing this صح؟ بيحبوا يبدأوا كده من نص ال evidence. No, أنا هبدأ من البداية أو على الأقل من السيميكون. Right? Let's talk about Lord Henry. He's telling me he's looking at the pictures of the Japanese artists or the Japanese people. So this evidence shows us he's a thinking man. عشان بيفكروا بالpainters في Tokyo. So I like answer C here. I like answer C. صح? B, he's pensive. He thinks deeply. إجابة C. It shows me لما يجي بيشوف الارت بيفكروا بفلان أو فلان أو بكذا. So it shows us he's a deep thinker. إجابة B و C of the two answer choices here. Any questions for number 3 or number 4? Let's go to question number 5. Which literary device is utilized through the passage? وده برضو another question type انتوا تشوفوها. It's unique to the EST exam, right? أعتقد ده كان evidence. الله. So ده السؤال بقى بالنسبة لي أنا هبدأ بيها evidence. ليه؟ عشان evidence هيوريني an example of a simile, onomatopoeia, hyperbole, or personification. Simile بتقارن حاجتين مع بعض بتستخدم as or like. onomatopoeia ده صوت بس بيبقى كلمة. hyperbole يعني exaggeration بتكبر الموضوع. personification بتدي human qualities to something that is non-human. Right? نيجي نشوف evidence بتاعتنا إجابة D personification. And the evidence is here كان بيتكلم عن bees. صح؟ I think it was 23 to 28. Yeah. The murmur of the bees shouldering. This is personification. عشان murmur معناها الكلام. It's words. Bees ما عندهمش murmur. So this is an example of personification. بدي human characteristic to something non-human. So هنا نقول إجابة D واللي بعديها نقول إجابة B. Right? Go ahead. Broskis. اتفضل.
Okay, I chose hyperbole وأول واحدة من evidence عشان it says innumerable cigarettes and ده exaggeration برضو.
You're not wrong. Innumerable cigarettes. That is hyperbole. أنت صح. هغير الإجابة.
That's 4 out of 10 مش 3.
لا برضو ماليش دعوة. لا ماليش دعوة. passage 4 Dorian Gray. ثانية واحدة اكتب بس اسم passage عشان ادي update كده في السريع. question number 5 and 6. ماشي. You're not wrong. Question number 7. Take into context the word conjectures most nearly means. عامة كلمة conjectures 39 here. At the time, such public excitement and gave rise to so many strange conjectures, speculations, dreams, judgment, or wonderments. It would be speculations. عشان الراجل هرب من القرية بتاعته وناس gossip, right? بيظنوا هو راح فين? Where did he go? So it's speculations, right? بيظنوا هو راح فين. Question number 8. According to the passage, how do Lord Henry and Basil contrast, right? ازاي Lord Henry and Basil, how are they opposite to one another? How are they opposite to one another? Basil's techniques are flexible. Lord Henry's more stringent. لا ده العكس. When it comes to work, Basil's apathetic, يعني ما عندوش إحساس. Lord Henry is fervent. أنا مش هقول Basil is apathetic عشان Basil does care. بيهمه الart. المشكلة بتاعته he cares too much. While Basil strives for perfection, Lord Henry seeks flaws because he believes it makes the work stronger. Answer C. وجاي في الآخر برضو. هو بيقول it's the ugliness that makes your art beautiful. المشكلة بتاع Basil هو عايز بس beauty. لا. عايزين برضو ugliness. Question number 9. The connection between intellectual capacity and artistic expression is analogous to the connection between. So, أول حاجة لازم نعملها مع سؤال زي ده لازم نرجع للباسج ونفهم إيه العلاقة ما بين intellectual capacity and artistic expression. And he tells us here, intellect destroys. Intellect destroys. So عايزين بقى حاجة يورينا relationship that destroys. And the only thing that destroys would be answer D, corporations and environment. C لا, bears do not destroy salmon. بياكلوه بس مش بيدمروا البيئة بتاع السالمون أو بيدمروا الفاميليز بتاع السالمون. So answer C, there's no destruction. And A برضه ما فيش destruction. بس the corporations, they do destroy environments. Well, last question هنا. Question number 10. Chill. Most really means. هو بيقول هنا chill your mind, right? Chill our intelligence. هدي الintelligence. Relax the intelligence. Don't think too much. Tell your brain, chill. Eases. Okay. Today's session, يوم الأربعاء بيبقى ساعة. So we're going to be finishing today. Do you guys have any questions before we go? Homework ينزل بكرة الصبح. We have reading, writing, grammar, vocabulary, كل حاجة, common lit. You guys know the deal. اتفضلي Mr. روان. الله ينور. I was thinking about أساسا نعمل 2 sessions 2 hours per week. I was thinking about doing that عشان نقدر نقعد وقت أطول. But I don't know if that will happen next week. ما علينا. I'll record the sessions for you, Mrs. Ruane. Do you guys have any questions before we go? Nada, Malak, Amina, Abdu? You can learn anything. Mr. Samant. Bye.